you don't get out of Brad's way, he'll run you over.
Noah.
Like just Noah. Yeah, Noah will straight up run you over.
I'm classified as highly verbal.
We've got a little girl that lifts with us. Highly verbal.
Hey, Holland, time out for a second. We're live.
It's new, different. I don't like it.
Welcome to the Iron Palace Podcast. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Iron Palace Podcast, the world's most anabolic podcast that has more juice than your gym fridge and more flex than a mirror selfie at golden hour.
Golden what?
Hour.
Oh.
Not shower.
I don't have headphones. I couldn't quite. That's my bad.
Yeah.
Blame it on the headphones.
Yeah, easily mistaken. So, usually I write really cool introductions, and I would love to tell you that I wrote you guys a really cool one. Today, we have not one, but two certified badasses that are all but officially the world's strongest couple. Known for her insane strength and nosebleeds and him for lifting heavy stones with ease, they are the living embodiment of the calm and the storm. I would begin to list their accolades, but we'd be here for days. So without further ado, welcome Thomas Wade and Hannah Lindsay.
Really cool introduction there.
Yep. I went with the classic, old school.
Old school.
This
There's
is-
the names.
So, and then we also have Dave texting away.
Sorry, it's my wife. She's worried about her special boy. I guess I'll quit.
Fine.
I was at prison.
It's like a prison.
So, I guess we start off with, we just did stone lifting today. So, this was our first actual stone lifting competition we put on. So, overall, how would you say that went?
I think it went pretty well, honestly. It was smooth. There weren't a lot of delays or anything like that. I mean, everybody kind of transitioned from event to event pretty well. I thought we were done pretty quick, too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know we didn't have a lot of people, but still, I mean, we didn't have to wait on anything. I think it went
Yeah,
pretty
we even slowed down a few times just because people wanted some extra attempts or stuff. So, and I knew we didn't have a lot of people and we were moving quick.
good. I
But
thought it went good.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, overall, I think it went well. Everybody seemed to enjoy themselves. People were out there that haven't tried stone lifting before, so they got a lot of, people asked me a lot of stuff. I tried to help people that didn't know, like, what to do, attempt stuff. But, it was fun. I really enjoyed coming down, hanging out with y'all, lifting some stones, make it like a heavier stone day training for me. So it was good. I really enjoyed it. I think the people out there really enjoyed it. I think you'll get a better crowd next year.
cool. Yeah, because we do a lot of stone lifting at home. It was the first time I've done a competition. So, and then before it started, everyone kind of heard it around me and asked me, "What's the technique?" I said, "That's a great question. Go ask them over there."
Well, it was funny because I found out later during the day, Thomas told everybody wrong about putting the heavy stone behind you where it needs to be in front
That's
of
what I thought that you did. I thought that I did that.
you. And then when he told that Zach guy that, I was like, that's not right. And he was like, you're right, I'm wrong.
I mean, whatever.
He's like, I sabotaged everybody on
That's all I'm saying.
accident.
The first time I pulled them, I just put the heavier stone up front.
Yeah.
and
Good way,
that's just
good way to
kinda how it
guarantee a
went.
win,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a technique on it. I just did
Yeah.
that. And that's just where we landed.
It works.
Yeah, I mean, normally everybody does do it that way. It's the heavy stone in the front. And I think I've only seen like one or two people that did it the opposite way. It is a little weird.
I don't do it at all.
I witnessed that today.
It's
Dave
fun.
likes to wait until no one's looking, and then he'll go and try something,
Oh.
and then surprise everyone. Like we did one of our first things we did outside of recording a podcast. We're like, let's do a car deadlift, where me and Holland will lift it, and then Dave won't, and then we'll get like a little pink Barbie Jeep for Dave to car deadlift. It'll be really funny. And then he actually lifted the car.
Yeah.
It was an import, though.
Still a car.
Yeah. So I was like, well, can we at least fake it for the video now?
So we went ahead and did the video with him lifting the Jeep, the Barbie Jeep. But
Barbie Jeep.
Yep. So now that Barbie Jeep is parked in my front yard now.
Oh, acquired that.
Yep.
Yard ornament.
we rode it down the hill a few times.
That was fun.
Sober or drunk?
Sober.
Shockingly so.
Shocking.
Like aggressively.
Aggressively sober.
Did you huff like an inhaler?
That's why I didn't even have an inhaler bump. I was
Yeah.
sober as a judge.
How sober is a judge?
I was like, I've known a few judges, and right? I mean, yeah.
Baseline sober. We'll put it that way. Baseline sober.
So, anyways, so y'all said you have a trip to Iceland planned?
Yeah.
Is that just a stone tour or?
We're doing our wedding ceremony there too.
Nice. That's awesome.
Congrats.
Thanks. Yeah, so we've been planning this Iceland trip for 2 years now, and we're gonna go over there in the first half of the week. We'll have our wedding ceremony, and then the rest half of the week we'll basically just travel around in a Sprinter van and doing a stone tour. It'll be me, Thomas, a couple of my friends, and just doing what we want to do and having fun and enjoying being off work.
It's quite
For a week.
That's quite the honeymoon. Get married and then go live.
Probably won't be
stones.
able to hit all of them, but we're gonna get the main ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we'll get over there, I think the 10th, and we leave the
Saturday,
17th.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
It'd be a fun trip.
They do direct flights out of Nashville now. They're not that expensive.
That's what our friend Gina had told us. She said if you fly Iceland there to Scotland, you can lay over in Iceland for free.
Yeah.
I was like, neat.
Yeah.
She's been trying to get us to go to Pfeffer. I was like,
Oh, yeah,
It's
Faithful?
worth it.
Bless you.
Go,
I would love to go.
It's worth it.
go. It's
But-
so much fun. It's beautiful.
I mean, everybody that's competing, the whole hotel is just people that are there competing.
And the food is-
like family. They
Yeah.
feed you all day.
We've heard about the moose soup.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, all of it's fantastic.
That's all Gina talked about.
Yeah.
They have seminars. They have all that stuff. All that shit's included.
They have beers.
So, like, I mean, you can jump in any contest that's going on. If you want to do it, you can do it. Like, it's cool. You can pick a lot of people's brains, learn a lot of stuff. It's a good way to network, especially if you're wanting to travel over there and do stones in various countries. There's enough people there from all over that know about that stuff that you can kind of meet up with them. It's really worth going. It's a good time.
And Kiki and Eigel, they both like run the whole thing, and they are like fantastic people.
Yeah.
They're super nice, and they're awesome, and they're fun to be around. And she still competes, and she's like in her 50s, and she's super tall, like straight Viking blood. But like I don't get to see them as much as I wish I could, but they're amazing people. And if you can go over there and meet them, they're
They do a
good
great
people.
job.
Well, I guess that settles it. I guess we got to go.
Yeah.
we're
You've
going.
got to
It's a
go.
lot of fun.
I looked up pricing for it the last time we talked about it. I was like, ooh, I got to save.
Yeah.
It's
not
it's the
cheap,
flight.
but it's mostly the flight that's
Yeah.
going to cost you.
Yeah, because like now what they're doing is they're doing packages to where like you can either stay 5 days or 10 days, and like all your food's included.
Yeah.
So like all the meals like all day are included in that price.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Because I eat a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah, and
It's all buffet.
it's all buffet style.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, no, so I mean it's really cool. Like we went last time and we stayed. Did we stay 5 days?
Yeah, we came
I mean-
in on like Tuesday or something.
Yeah,
Wednesday.
but that's all you do. Like you just or like you'll sit there and you'll be outside on like the porch talking, and then somebody's out in the field throwing something. You're like, oh, let me go throw that with them. And the next thing you know, there's like 15 people around just like throwing shit around or picking stuff up, or so it's just like a big like playground.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's
A
fun.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
Dave, you want to go?
Mm-hmm. I was thinking about a haircut. That's my bad. You caught me off. You caught me slipping.
He was like, before I go, I got to get a haircut.
We were making fun of you saying you eat a lot, and then I started thinking about a haircut, and then that's my bad. That's on me. But yes,
Yes,
sounds
what?
cool. Iceland sounds cool.
They were talking about Faithfor.
Uh, yeah. I remember him saying Faithfor, and I said, bless you. I do remember that now.
Yeah. Really, that's pretty impressive, Dave.
Yeah, that's a new high score for me.
Yeah.
So,
That standard. must be
hashtag
low.
growth.
Yeah.
This is professional podcasting, boys.
That's just good podcast.
I even knew what camera to point at. That one's ours, huh?
I've been looking at the wrong camera this whole time.
Well, when you do enough
Actually, I've been-
podcasts, you learn a thing or two.
I've just been looking at Alan, really, though.
I did blow him a kiss also. That
Yeah.
also is part of the reason that
Children, see?
No,
I don't know what.
just 2 of them.
It's all
You should separate them.
No, God,
absolutely
no.
not.
I did that
It'd take
one
the
time.
jaws of life to separate us.
You should have seen the fit they had whenever I took the couch away.
Oh,
Jeez.
man.
I've still not got over it.
Like in our studio, we have big wooden thrones that have. Hollins has an axe on it. Dave's has a katana on it. They're super cool, and they still freaked out because it wasn't the couch.
There's like wooden arms between us now, and I can't feel his powerful arms anymore. Now I only have his aura, which is awesome still, but my love language is physical touch. So.
All right. Then why aren't you touching him now?
I don't want to get weird. Alan's looking at me,
You're
and
throwing up gang signs.
Alan is Alan's a sex pervert. You got to watch him. You
You know, it's I mean, a pervert and a sex pervert really is the same thing, right?
Yeah, but it sounds so much
It sounds
worse.
so much
Yeah,
worse when
that's
you say
my
sex
favorite.
pervert.
I love calling people that at work. Like, dude, get away from me. You're a sex pervert. And I say it loud enough, somebody else hears. I'm like, what is going on over there?
Getting so much trouble at work if we did.
Oh, normally you would, but they all know Dave.
Yeah.
They're like,
Kind of my brand. Yeah.
Me, Dave, and Alan all work together. So everybody knows Dave, and they're just like, okay.
Yeah. Noted.
I got a vibe.
Yep, you got that.
So talk about something, Caleb. Mr. Big Host.
I'd love to, but y'all like random side quests.
Whatever.
We're just waiting on you, bro. We're trying to give it space
So,
to breathe.
You guys got any competitions or anything big playing this year other than Iceland?
We got No Fame Games next weekend.
That's right, yeah.
Massachusetts. We got to do I'm gonna throw in the Masters, and then we're both doing the Team Highlander. She's throwing the pro women's class, and then they've got like a whole Celtic stone lifting like area they're gonna have set up as well.
It's gonna be big. It's gonna have a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of shit going on this year, like more so than like last year was big, but this year's gonna be a lot bigger. So
Yeah, they're even gonna have like the Celtic like wrestling.
yeah.
I really want to try to slam somebody.
Yeah.
I will not be participating in that one. I took one wrestling class and got thrown one time. That's enough for me. I don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah, so we have that next weekend.
She was really tough, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, a girl slammed you.
No,
That girl almost played as much as
did.
he did.
I
And
took one kickboxing class at a different time,
Oh, okay.
and they said, all right, pair up with someone close to your height. I was like, cool. And I seen like this little string bean dude on the other side of the room. I was like, that's my dude, because I can't fight. And so I pointed at that dude. I start walking that way, and someone just slugs my arm. And I turn around, and this woman is eye to eye with me, and I swear she's Brienne of Tarth from Game of Thrones. And I was like, and I can't make this up. She didn't say a word. She just went. I was like, yes, ma'am. Where are we going? Like, that's not even a joke. That really happened. And then so she was like, she put on the mitts first, and so we're supposed to do a jab, right hook, right uppercut, and I did those three, and then she goes, hit it. And I was like, I want to go home.
I was.
She was like, next time hit it with your purse.
So like I hit it pretty about as hard as I could the next time, thinking, I think I did it. She goes, you gonna do it? I was like, no, I'm gonna go home.
So did she hit your mitts?
Yes,
How'd that go?
I went home. I signed up for 3 kickboxing classes. I took the one and never went back.
To this day, he checks under his bed for that woman before he goes to sleep.
That was terrifying.
He makes Keela look. Keela, look under the bed.
Help.
All right, so kickboxing, one and done.
Yep.
And then what else did you do?
Wrestling.
Bobsledding. He
Took
tried
one class,
that.
and that was
You tried
awesome.
bobsledding?
No, just regular wrestling.
Oh.
But that
I don't know.
that's just.
So how'd wrestling go?
So I didn't get beat up by a woman on that one, but I did get beat up by a really short man. And then he just like straight up. I don't even know how it happened. It all went so fast. It was a blur.
So fast.
He just next thing I know, I'm airborne. Because the only reason I signed up is because the guy that ran it said, Caleb, I need you to. We got this kid who thinks he's strong. I need you to come show him he's not strong. I was like, okay. So I went in there. That kid couldn't pick me up. I picked him up, and this really short guy threw me, and that was the end of wrestling. I was like, dude, I'm 6'6". My feet don't leave the ground.
All right, so your combat sports are done.
Oh, I haven't. Yeah,
Got
I
it.
don't do combat or combat in general.
We've got a friend that wants to get into sumo wrestling.
Oh.
And I told him, I was like, I'm in. Caleb's like, I'll come and watch.
Yeah, dude, I'll video it. I'll hype you up.
Caleb won't do it.
I'll be your
Caleb's
number
known
one
for
hype.
watching.
Night man.
I got a high center of gravity. Like, I'm just going to get thrown again.
Yeah, your odds are. definitely not in your
Especially
favor.
now, dude. I'm victim weight. I'm only like 229.
Yeah, me and you weigh almost the same.
I was 270 16 weeks ago.
He carries it 195 though. He walks around with
He's 230, but he carries it
Yeah.
190.
He's got the heart of a dancer.
That was hilarious. Then Holland had a great idea to do a bodybuilding show, and
Okay, so tell me more about that.
it was horrible.
Well, so it got started. We were talking about newbie gains.
Yeah.
And
That
we were like,
we don't have anymore.
exactly.
Exactly. So,
And so we're like, well, what's a strength sport that we haven't done anything in? Bodybuilding. So we thought maybe we'll see some but neither one of us really thought about it because they started us, like we got a coach and he just started us on a cut, because I guess we were already fat, so we didn't have to do a bulk. Yeah. So
Different,
it
though.
just started with a cut. They're like, yeah. So here's a 16-week cut, and here's your 100 grams of rice and 6 ounces of chicken. Yeah.
So do we have photos?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Actually, last Saturday, right here is where it happened.
Look at the difference. That's them in that picture right there.
Yeah,
So wait, did y'all hold y'all's own bodybuilding?
We did.
show?
Yeah, we did.
we didn't want to embarrass ourselves that much.
Okay, well that's why I was concerned.
Oh, that would have been terrible.
All right, I need.
So did you
who
paint
has
your
the
own
photos?
tan
I need
on,
to see this.
Oh, we've got
No,
it.
we went and got
Okay.
spray tan.
We actually did. I reached out to
So
music.
who all was it?
Just me and him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So who won?
I did.
What'd you win?
Holland won the
I won
popular
the
vote.
trophy that I made.
I tell you,
Yeah.
I take solace in the fact that we did an online poll. And I
Yeah.
crushed him in the online poll.
Oh,
Oh yeah, everybody voted Holland on the online poll.
that's not terrible. Is it scroll?
Yeah, it was not fun.
Holland, show them the before and after you were showing everybody of Caleb.
No.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me find that.
Holland picks the best picture of me before the cut, and then shows everybody the worst picture of me in the
Yeah.
middle of it.
Holland kept it ready.
That's
If
fantastic.
anybody asked Holland how it went, he picked the thickest picture he could find of Caleb. It was like, look, this is him now, and just showed it's just the most drastic.
I never.
miserable, and they're like,
Trunks.
He found a picture of Caleb looking so thick, like he looks like he has baby fat still.
okay, so it pops up, so there's Caleb before the cut.
Yeah.
And then, like, they're like, that poor boy, was he sick?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. It wasn't our best idea.
This is why Caleb was so miserable. He went from that.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
I didn't think I
And
was
honestly,
jacked by no means, but
It should sort of be a compliment if they ask if you're sick.
I mean, yeah,
Fair.
I mean, it
Fair.
means your condition.
yeah. I will say,
Usually your face is like really drawn up.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's usually a positive thing.
I never got lean enough that they.
Usually, I was not a fan. Everybody kept saying, "Did you quit working out?" I was like, I mean, in a way.
Yeah.
In a way.
I was like, this is the first time 500 has felt heavy on a deadlift in a while,
Yeah.
so I'm not a fan. But
I started off fat enough that they just kept going. Like people just kept like, "Oh man, you're looking better. Oh, you're looking good. Oh, you're looking good." Caleb started off kind of lean, so they're just like, "You're getting skinny."
yeah. Yeah, so we didn't actually. I messaged or talked to the guy that runs the Music City Expo,
Yeah.
and said, "Hey, turns out he listens to the podcast." Did not know that until I talked to him.
Got a fan?
Yeah,
Listener?
Yeah,
I know. I was like, "We got one, boy." And
I'm surprised every time that happens.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, "Hey, I listen to your show." I'm
so I
like,
reached out to him
"What?"
and said, "Listen, dude, we got this random idea.
I forget we have a show.
Turns out our 16-week cut is going to be about that same time. Could we just walk on your stage, get judged, and walk off? It doesn't even have to be part of the actual thing, but they were already full and didn't have time. So I was like, so we just made our own thing right here.
Across America, countless people can't access the health care they desperately need. At Remote Area Medical, we believe everyone deserves quality care. That's why we offer free dental, vision, and medical services at mobile pop-up clinics nationwide. Just compassionate care from volunteer professionals. Your tax-deductible donation makes these clinics possible, changing lives and creating healthier communities. Join us today in bringing essential health care to those in need at ramusa.org.
Probably a good thing.
Up there for that Saturday.
We were going to go, but then Holland actually had to take one of our athletes to Reno for nationals.
It's a pretty good crowd. It was good last year too. They got a lot going on. It's growing.
It looks like it's getting pretty big.
Yeah.
I just heard you.
So we're also going to Home Gym Con into this month. Are y'all going to that one?
Where's that?
It's in Louisville, Kentucky.
No.
Yeah, I think it's a newer expo, I think.
Professionals like ourselves aren't going to that, Caleb. You guys have fun. We've got big fish to
Well,
fry.
I know you're not going.
Yeah.
But me and Holland are going.
Yeah, I
thought
meant
you were
professionals
going.
like us are going.
Dave's got better things to do, like vacation.
So you just put yourself in with them, huh?
We're the three that aren't going, so it looks like we're in the same category there, Holland.
Well,
Don't take this from me.
He's your kid
I'll
now.
let you have it.
No.
He's y'all's now.
There's no room in that truck.
Have a fun drive back to Alabama.
Just imagine that for a lot longer of a time frame.
I take naps.
No, he doesn't.
I take that. But yeah, other than that, contest wise, we're just going to Iceland for a stone tour, and then we'll just have to see about the Rogue Invitational. So invites for that should be going out soon. We'll just have to see how that goes.
Sweet. And are y'all going to the Shaw Classic?
No, that's the same time we'll be in Iceland.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If it were not, we would probably go.
Wouldn't mind going this year. My plan is my rebound goal after this cut is to compete in the amateur there next year.
Oh, that'd be fun.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It's a
fun
good show.
It's a good show.
It's
It's
a good
fun.
show. The venue's
It
really
looks
nice.
really cool.
Yeah,
It is.
he does a good job with it.
And he does a good job of like taking care of the athletes too.
Right.
Like
the
they
way
have like cool tubs and hot tubs backstage. They got like therapists.
yeah,
Yeah, like he actually like does a good job of that.
like the way the crowd's set up because you're in that arena. Like it's really cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good.
Heck yeah. Who do you think's going to win Strongest Man on Earth this year?
I just don't want Hooper to win.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably Tom. Tom should be. I mean,
I-
those are good events for Tom.
I
Yeah,
think it should be Tom.
yeah, I think it'll be Tom.
If he does like he just did at World's Strongest Man, I think
Yeah, because the fact that it's so heavy, I don't know how Reno will do.
that's what I was wondering.
He's new on the scene, and I don't know enough about him with it being such a heavy show. And because Worlds is not a heavy show, it's just more of like athletic endurance, that kind of thing. So it's a different setup. So with it being so heavy, I'm not sure how Reno will do. I think he'll do good. I just don't know if he'll be like top 3.
Yeah, I didn't have him anywhere in my radar
Yeah.
for World's Strongest Man.
Yeah, and
Well,
it
he
made it
does.
exciting.
He's been doing those other
Yeah, he's SEL.
SCL,
Mm-hmm.
or SCL, whatever it is.
Because he's not competed that much or that long.
The one Donna did.
No, I was saying it's SEL Strongman Champions League, isn't it?
SCL.
Yeah. A couple of years. He's still fairly new.
Yeah, and then already
Yeah.
won. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, but it makes it exciting.
That organization is really big over there, and they don't really, but it doesn't get promoted as much over here. So like, you don't see some of the contests that they've been doing. So
And he was impressive.
yeah,
Especially, I think his overhead could definitely be better. But
Yeah, and that'll
Overall?
come.
that'll come with getting
Oh, yeah.
bigger too.
yeah,
Yeah, but that'll hurt
Max
him
on.
at SMO because they have a max log.
yep.
But like your bigger pressures are going to do good there. Tom Evans too.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby's coming back. I saw Bobby hit a couple 400 singles.
Yeah,
So it's just
he's
gonna
pulling
depend.
9 for reps the other day.
Yeah.
too, so he's,
I think the longer off season for Bobby is going to probably do better for him.
He's one that I've been watching because like his Instagram, it seems like he's kind of sneaky. He's
Yeah,
super strong, but just doesn't really show it very
Yeah.
often.
elaborate.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
training and
Yeah.
no caption.
Yep. And I dig that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I would like Tom Stoltman to walk away with that.
Oh, 100%.
That's who I'll bet money on.
I felt so bad that he didn't win. I'm very happy that Reno Nell won
Yeah.
because I thought that was cool that a new person won. But man, Tom losing, what was it, 0.8 seconds?
It was like half a point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Because like I think if he would have actually held on to the Herc hold, I think a half a second longer or something like that, he would have had the point, and then he'd won.
Yeah, I've hated the controversy of if Luke would have just let him, or if Luke hadn't done so well, then Tom would have won. I was like, that's so stupid. Like that.
Well, but I mean, you also got to look at it like, I think, what's his name?
Doug.
No, not Doug. Luke's friend. That always has the videos where he rips on Pav. Yeah, Pav had like a YouTube video talking about like, did Hooper like mess up the stones on purpose to make sure Tom didn't win? Which I don't know. I mean, maybe not.
Yeah, I mean,
The only thing that
it's weird though, because this year had a lot more of that. Bullshit. Like it's like people can't just watch the contest.
Yep.
They've got to like.
The only thing that I thought kind of could be that Mitch messed up the stones on purpose was that it was the first stone, and Mitch doesn't usually mess up, but he wasn't quite right this year. So I was like, I don't know. I'm not going to take it away from Rain O'Neill. He won. He did fantastic.
Oh yeah,
so.
no, I'm not taking away from anything.
No.
But also, like, Mitch is very smart and cunning.
But to my knowledge, he's got no beef with Tom, so I don't know why he would have just.
He didn't want Tom to get another ring.
See that?
That's what they're saying.
That's what it's all speculation.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to hear all these speculations.
Oh yeah,
because I said normally you don't.
It's devil's advocate.
Normally they don't really talk about any of that. Like this has been like one of those more controversial.
Yep.
Which is cool because it makes it more interesting.
that's what I was going to say. I kind of like it, but I also don't.
Yeah.
But because normally it's they win, Mitch Hooper wins, or Tom wins, or somebody wins.
Yeah.
That's it. Game. No one questions it. But this year it's more conversation. I like it.
Yeah, it makes it interesting. I like to hear different people's ideas on things, and then you look at and it makes you play devil's advocate. It's like, oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's no way we're going to know.
Yeah. But I think Tom is going to have a good showing at SMO. He's always had like a lot of focus put on like winning Worlds and Arnold, but there's like a lot of other contests. So I think he's going to try to start putting a little bit more focus on other contests just besides those, because I mean he's clearly capable of doing all those things. It's just whenever you're competing so much, you've got to pick and choose which ones you really peak for, than ones you can like just sort of have like a training day.
Yep.
But I think he'll do well. I mean, the events for him are very good.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
I hope he wins. I love watching Tom compete.
Yeah.
Another one that we love to watch compete, I know y'all are friends with him, is Evan Singleton.
Oh, yeah.
I love watching him compete. And I was so bummed whenever he popped the bicep.
Yeah.
Because I was like, dude, he's going to, we talked about it many times on podcasts, like he's going to take off.
Yeah, he just got to get his head straight.
It sucks because it's like that wasn't even like a heavy bag.
No, it wasn't heavy bag
Yeah.
at all.
Well,
He
that's like
just
we talked
snatched
about
it up.
earlier. Yeah, it's the lighter ones really get you.
Yeah. Well, you're snatching it up so quickly in those biceps. I mean, because that's the thing. Like, I
You
think.
curl it more than you
Yeah.
pull it.
So how's he feeling now going into Strongest Man on Earth?
I mean, I talked to him the other day.
Okay.
That's on me. That's my bad. I had to refresh.
He didn't have surgery because it was the upper part of his bicep. And given that, I mean, he's still pretty strong. He's got giants coming up, and he has that. So I mean, I think he'll be fine.
He was deadlifting the other day.
Yeah, I mean, because whenever you tear it from up here, there's nothing really you can do.
Yeah, and I've heard if you do get it repaired, you tend to have a lot of shoulder problems.
Yeah, because it
Everything's
tightens.
tighter. It pulls
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
down.
But he just, if he could ever just stay healthy and control things a little bit better, I mean, he's got all the raw talents and he's got the strength. He's just got to be able to form it up and keep it all contained and just go in a straight line.
Yeah, I think we've said it many times. Like once he gets going, I think he's just going to start rolling.
Well, that's the thing about strongman too. Is it's not necessarily about being the strongest, it's about being the most consistent.
Yep.
Like, and you watch like guys like Hooper, like he's just consistent. Like even if he doesn't win an event, it doesn't matter because he's still consistently within the points that he needs to get to keep to go to the next one. Like,
Yeah, I mean, Hooper, and the thing about Hooper is if he has an event that he doesn't do that well at, he's going to go home and he's going to train it, and then when the event comes back, he's going to do better.
Yep.
Like, he does not like to have holes in his, like, game plan. I mean, he's a very talented, he's very strong, and he's very smart. I mean, he is all about the math and all about bending the rules to where he can get with what he wants within the rules,
which is part of strongman.
which is part of
Oh, yeah.
strongman. And I mean, if that's your fault that
People
you're not
complain
that
about
smart,
but that's the whole part. That's the whole thing with the sport is like you're figuring out how to cheat.
Yep.
Yep.
Like how to
Within the
make
rules.
everything work in your favor. That's
Yep.
just
Like his squats last
yeah,
year.
he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, that's what we'd said too.
Yeah.
Was they called it? I mean,
yeah,
you
I
showed
mean,
them.
smart.
Yeah.
Technically, it was within the rules of
Right.
Yeah.
live. So I mean,
Smart. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, so I mean that's the thing. Like he is a lot smarter than people give him credit for in strongman, because he sees things and he he bends the rules, and it gets him points.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fair because it's within the game.
That's the thing, that the rules can be bent.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I get being mad at it if you're competing against him,
Yeah.
but I mean, outside looking in,
You could do the same shit if you're
Exactly,
what's
yeah.
going on, you know?
Because,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I do things that I can do within the rules to give me an advantage that
Yeah.
people don't think about. And then after they think about it, they're like, well, how come you didn't tell me? It's like, why would I tell you?
yeah, I'll tell you after, but
Yeah,
I'm not going
like,
to tell
why
you
would
now.
I tell you?
And I might not tell you after either.
Yeah, I'm not a big sharer of secrets either.
Mm-hmm. So,
Holland keeps all my secrets.
Yeah.
He's also not a secret sharer.
Are they in your pocket?
They're in my pocket. Yeah.
Well, you write them down and bury them
Burn them.
to dig up later if one of us should cross the other.
what?
It's a whole pact we made. It's
Are they in the graveyard? In the woods?
of sorts.
I'm not telling.
We got some stuff we don't want out. Again, unless one of us crosses the other, then it's all public.
Yeah.
Is it like geocaching?
I'm going straight to the Daily Times.
Yeah. Yeah. Daily Times Maryville front page. Holland's a sex pervert. And here's where all his secrets.
God, I'm going to have to edit so much. So one thing we talk about a lot is like community and strongman and stuff. Since you've competed at, high level and everything under, how does that community change versus like local meets like today versus when you're on the main stage?
As far as like fan base or competitors?
Competitors. Because I know like Highland games and stuff like that, you're just kind of, you're not really keeping secrets on that day. But
No, so Highland Games is weird for me because like I compete here and there and yonder. Like I don't get to do it a lot because I'm just too busy training for other shows. But it's just a weird dynamic. Like they're very cliquish.
Mm-hmm.
And like they tell me I need to be not so aggressive and not so like outgoing, and I'm like, I'm not even like on a level of intensity of like a 1 out of 10. Like I'm just chilling. So it's just I have to remember when I compete in Highland Games, like I can't just care about myself. I have to like clap and do all these other things, which I'm not really good at because I don't do that. So that's like a learning curve for me.
Yeah. 'Cause you can't be as like dialed in.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You have to be less serious.
Yeah.
And it's hard when you're competitive to not be serious.
that's what I was going to ask. Is it hard to flip that switch back and forth?
So in Highland Games, sort of, yeah.
Me, no, because I don't care.
Yeah, 'cause Thomas goes the same speed all the time. It's 135 or it's 405. It's the same speed.
Just show up.
Yeah.
But for her, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard because, like you throw and then you go out there and you talk to all the girls and you go and throw and you go talk to all the girls. And it's just like it's hard because like whenever I compete, like I want to win. So, but this, you have to be more like la-ti-da and like that kind of stuff. So it's like I'm having to learn to be better about that, which it's fine. It's just not really my style, and I don't, mind. Like that's how it is at Highlands. But that's the thing, because if I focus in too much and I try to like yank something too hard, usually I like hold my thumb too more than I might throw fouls or something. So like I've got to learn to just like relax and just throw, and like especially when I go for like WOB records, I usually drink like a couple of beers before just not to get so tense, because that's the thing with Highlands. The more you yank it and muscle it, the more apt you're going to mess it up. You've got to be long and loose. So, I mean, it's just different. Strongman, I'm real good about getting amped up for certain events and calming down between events. But that was a learning curve for me because I used to be like Evan. I used to be just amped up all the time, and I wouldn't go up and down, and that just exhausts you. And then also there are certain events I really can't get amped up for, like my overhead presses I can't get amped up for because there's just too much shit going on in my head that I'll just mess up. So like I have to like control it, but it's learning when to control it, when to push it and let it ride. Like deadlifts, like I can just let it ride. But I mean, as far as communities go, I mean, their competitors and strongmen are great all the way around. The guys, the pro guys are easy to be around. The pro women are easy to be around. Stuff like here is easy to be around. It just depends.
I think when you get to like national level shows or like the Arnold International Amateur and all that stuff, like you'll see a little bit of like a cliquish type thing, but it's more regional. You know what I mean? So everybody from Southeast knows everybody from the Southeast, so you'll kind of see.
Yeah.
You don't, but there is like after the contest, there's a lot of intermingling. Like that's how it was at the old class shows.
Yeah.
You had folks from all over, but like everybody kind of meshed together at the end. Like there's not a lot of there's not a lot of like just bullshit. Like especially like even with the women's class. I mean, obviously that's who I'm around more than the guys because I'm with her. But like they don't really have any like conflict or controversy like you would think. Like
Yeah.
with some sports, like everybody's pretty mellow. So the guys are the same way. Most everybody's cool.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's. I think there's.
I feel like you would see. I personally, I would see more of the pettiness at the smaller local.
Yeah, I will say that. I would agree.
Than I do at the large ones. It's not the people because the people in it for different reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the guys that are competing at a higher level are competing at a higher level because they care about it and that's what they're focused on. And the people that are competing at a lower level are just doing it for attention.
Yeah.
And because of that, there's all this nonsense.
Yeah,
Yep.
you have all the Instagram clout stuff.
Yeah, you don't see that at the higher level because nobody's got time for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Like,
Well, also, what makes it easier whenever you're at the higher level, you're not fighting to warm up with 50 people.
yeah.
You have 10
Yeah.
or you have 12, and there's 2 or 3 platforms.
That's nice.
And that was the biggest change for me, going from like an amateur show to like the Arnold. We always had to load our weights and do all of our stuff, and we get back there at Arnold, and you have 2 like loaders. So like the first year at deadlift, I warmed up way too fast because I was used to like timing my deadlifts at home, warming up. So I was like, okay, well, it's 45 minutes out. I need to start doing. Well, then I just like looked at Thomas and I'm like, I'm warmed up way too soon now. You know, because you have like these guys that are loading your stuff for you, and that's like a huge help. But then another thing, I get it because whenever I was an amateur, if you were going like at Nationals or Arnold, if you weren't like bitchy and warmed up, you weren't going to get a warm up, and then you're going to have to go on the floor and go cold. I mean, so you kind of had to like take care of yourself because people are out there just like to have fun, and they're just like clogging up the lanes, and it's like, are you going? Like, move. Like,
Yep.
So I kind of had to take control of like platforms and get people to run in and out because you don't want to go out there and only hold a 250 yoke empty than go into a 700-pound yoke.
No.
And I had to do that at the
First on
Arnold
pro, they didn't warm up.
They didn't let us warm up, and we were running behind because we were,
They went
winning.
straight into 600,
And
700, and 800 pounds.
Yeah, so we finished our back throw, had to get off the back throw, had to change shoes, go straight to yoke. And then if they told us if we didn't hurry, they were going to cut our last event out because the pro men had to go. That's back before Roe took it over. Since Roe's taken over, it's been awesome. And I'm sitting in the backstage, and I'm hurried. I'm changing my shoes, putting on this. I go get my yoke height, and they said, you have about 2 minutes. So they had 3 yokes out there. One was empty, one was 350, and one was 450. And I just went about 10 feet each way, and then I had to wait, and then I had to do 6, 7, 8.
Good Lord.
Oh, yeah, it was awful. I thought my knee was going to explode.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. But since Rogue's taken it over, like, it's not like that. Like, it's, you have your warm-up times, nothing's rushed. You know when you're going, like, down to the minute. Like, they'll come tell you, like, hey, you got to be at the, the curtain at 111. And then they come get you.
They've got a whole crew.
Like, it's, you don't need, you just have to exist, and they'll make sure you're there. It's awesome.
Good. That's how it should be.
I want a T-shirt that says "clogging up the lanes." Merch
Need
idea.
one.
Sell them.
So it's just different. I mean, like, you're going to compete with people that sometimes you don't really jive with, but you still can be cordial. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to, like, fight and fuss or whatever. Just be cordial. And then, after, like, if you don't want to hang out with them, like, you don't have to. It's fine. But, we're all professionals, and we all know we all have to warm up, and there's none of that catty shit backstage. It's like we just don't have time for it. Like, we're all out here for the same reason. We all know everybody's out here for the same reason. We're here to compete at the best of our ability, and we want to make sure everybody does that. So it's just, it's fine. Like, we don't have any issues backstage. Now, I will say, like, we all kind of, like, go in our little corners, like, and have our own little space, but it's because, like, I don't talk to people when I compete. Like, I'll talk to Mel and Sam, and that's about it. Other than that, I mean, everybody, like, if they, travel together, they might kind of click up, but it's not because of that. It's just because we want our own little space.
And I get that. 'Cause, I mean, even like doing small powerlifting meets, like before, if I know I'm going for a top set, I like to go sit somewhere
I used
else.
to do that when I did bodybuilding shows. I'd find the farthest place away from everybody backstage and go over there. Like, because at that point, you don't feel like talking to anybody.
No, I think the times I've done the worst are whenever I just get caught talking to somebody.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh, it's your turn." I was like, "Oh, I was not paying attention."
Yeah.
And
And that's what I do. Like, I stay in my own little circle. Usually me and Mel share a table together because she knows when she can come up to me. A lot of people don't really know that, and I don't know why that's so hard. But then, like, and I know when I can go up to her. But really, other than that, you have your own little table in your own little area. And then in between events, like, I might go walk around out to see fans and stuff, depending on how much time is in between, and kind of relax because I have to make sure that I drop down between events because if not, you ride that high, then you just get mega exhausted. because you'll have that huge adrenaline dump, and then you just want to sleep.
Yep.
So I kind of just, get mellowed out between events, given on time and stuff like that, and just make sure I'm eating and hydrating and not walking too much. I might make one lap, or if my family's there, I'll go see them between events and sit down for a couple minutes and come back out. So, but it's fun. I really enjoy it.
Can we also get a shirt that says backstage caddy shit? Yeah. That's a hell of a shirt.
No.
I would wear that to church, dude. That's a killer shirt. All right, whatever.
Okay.
I mean, we can.
Next time I offer him an idea for merch.
Sure, merch. We'll sell our own merch.
We should.
You should.
We're going to call it Backstage Caddy Shit Central.
We got to use all his stuff to make it.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, Caleb, can we borrow your stuff to make our merch?
it's not even my stuff. You'll have to ask my wife.
Oh, Caleb's cool.
Oh,
She'll
yeah,
let us.
Caleb,
She's a lot
yeah.
less saucy than Caleb is.
Saucy.
Oh, Caleb's
Well,
saucy.
I don't
I
know.
was gonna say, she's pretty cutthroat with
When
Holland.
we were doing this prep, Caleb and I would be talking about like what we did for like meal planning or whatever, and she'd be like, "Caleb, don't be telling secrets to the competition." I'd be like,
Yeah, she was real cutthroat. I was like,
Kayla.
I was like, why are you like this? I'm not even like this. She was
She's
like, you gotta beat him. I was like,
She's like, "Don't help the competition."
good.
She was
night.
cutthroat. we were at a Highland Games demo, and she had a bag of donuts, and
She tried to feed you.
we're 12 weeks
did,
into this
yeah.
cut.
She tried to feed you, huh?
And she's like, "Hey, I have donuts." And I was like, "I don't want any." Are you sure? They're chocolate donuts.
We hosted the live
And then-
broadcast for the Smoky Mountain Games.
Yeah.
And like after we'd stopped for a little bit, I turned around and she's got her little fan that she was blowing on herself because it was hot, and she had a fudge round and was blowing it right in front of Holland's face.
I mean, she was ruthless.
It was. I was like, oh Lord.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had just gave her
Alan
that fudge
giving her
round.
the fudge round.
Wow.
Alan's a fudge round dealer.
Everybody was conspiring against me.
I wasn't Holland. I was in your
Appreciate
corner
that.
the whole
I had
time.
fudge rounds for breakfast. I had two. Gave me
rounds
the
are
power
nice.
juice
Fudge
of the
rounds
day.
today?
I'll tell you what's really good. A Swiss roll in the freezer. Golly, I could house one of those right now.
I like a three musketeer bar in
Yep.
the freezer.
Those are pretty solid
Wait, I've
too.
not had one in the freezer. I've just started this things in the freezer pretty recently because Alan had brought up putting Reese cups in the freezer.
Oh, yeah.
And then Dave brought up putting Swiss rolls in the freezer, and that's been a game changer.
Those are
ding,
delicious.
ding dongs.
Holland's ding dong won't fit in the freezer. Up top, Holland. Hey.
All right.
Earmuffs, Mom.
So, anyways, Thomas, is there a strength sport that you've not done yet? Because I know you've done bodybuilding, Highland Games, now strongman.
I've never done powerlifting.
Oh, you're not missing much.
Oh,
I know it's
I
just
went up to him then.
It's the golf. It's the golf of strength sport.
yeah. I don't have a problem with it. I had a lot of friends that did it. And I used to. I had some good friends that promoted contests. So I used to work the platform and stuff at a lot of meets, and I knew a lot of folks around it. But it just never appealed to me.
I do them occasionally. Like whenever we host them here, I'll do them. But it's not a sport that I like to go out of my way.
Even if
to
I
do.
did one, I'd probably I would just do a push pull. I don't even know if I would want to squat, just because I just don't want to.
Yeah, you would. You would just do push.
I don't even like training for the stuff that I like doing. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I like.
The
No, I
facts.
mean, really, like I don't. Not that I don't enjoy. I'm not going to train for it, but it's like I don't like being on a like. It's hard for me to follow a program now.
Yeah.
And I don't. It's weird because I did bodybuilding for a long time, and like, I mean, I'm 42. I've been working out since I was like 17, and I've been training forever. And I did bodybuilding. I started at 21, and I didn't compete for a number of years. I didn't start competing until I was 28. But like, I've been following a template like that forever, and like, it's like the one thing I was like really obsessive with, and like now it's like I do all this other stuff, and it's like I enjoy doing it, but I cannot make myself be like that serious about it.
It's frustrating
Yeah.
because if he actually tried, he'd be a lot.
Well, like
better.
the lifting and stones and that stuff, that's not difficult. I mean, it is, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's not. It's not
Took first
difficult in
place
the
today.
sense that
It's
there's
not
not a
difficult.
whole lot of technique to it. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to know how to triple extend to properly load an ankle stone, and it helps a lot when you're shouldering shit and stuff too. But like, unlike Highland Games where I have to practice, I don't want to do that. I just don't like practicing. I'm sorry. Like,
Yep.
I don't,
No, facts. We'll be in the yard and we'll be throwing, and I actually like have to practice because that's how I train. and we'll be doing like weight for distance, and he'll throw one time and be like, "This is stupid. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm gonna go bench." And I'm just like,
There you go.
okay. And then we get to the
That's why I'm
Highland
good at
game.
pressing stones.
Yeah, and then we get to the
America's
Highland
favorite
game,
book.
and you just wait for distance. And he's like, "This is stupid. It only went so many feet." I'm like, "You only threw once at home." He goes, "It shouldn't have to be more than once."
I kind of agree with him, though.
I'm pretty good at wall,
Yeah.
and I can turn a caber. So
We haven't thrown anything at all since
those are the
last
two
May.
events I like.
And we have a contest next weekend.
And really,
It'll be
like,
fine.
well, it's because our yard just
Yeah,
been
I
like
mean,
a
honestly,
swamp.
we haven't
Yeah.
been
Rain
able to
so
throw.
much.
There's been so much damn rain. Like
Yeah.
I don't be digging weights out of my yard every time I throw one. So
Another T-shirt for me in Holland. This is stupid. I'm going to go bench.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure I've said that exact phrase, but it's
Yeah.
never
It
been.
wasn't as cool when
It's
you
never
said
been.
it.
It's never been.
it's deadlift.
I'd much rather deadlift or squat. I can't stand bench press.
No, like if Thomas actually got like on a program for bench, you could probably bench press over 5?
yeah,
Easy.
I can do close to 5 now.
Yeah.
Just casually. Yeah.
Well, I hit.
Like,
I was
literally,
I
it's
hit
annoying.
530 off the 3 board the other day for 2.
Oh, that's it.
Well, because
I know that's not.
Well, no, because that's the thing.
saying
Like,
that's
I'll
just
sit there
training,
and
like-
literally train a regimented program, and it takes me forever to like get strong. And then he just like follows one program that he made up in his head for 3 weeks, and he's just like,
But I've been doing it forever.
That sounds like me and you, Caleb.
I was about to say, Holland trains on a normal time whenever he's not doing our bodybuilding thing. He trains on Thursdays.
I lift on
every week.
Thursday.
That's it. And then he'll beat me in a competition. It happens all the time.
yeah,
Like I'll go to the gym
From
5
a-
to 6 days a week.
Yeah.
And he'll
From a
beat me.
strength standpoint, honestly, like since I quit like doing bodybuilding shows and I've trained 3 or 4 days a week now, like very rarely do I train 5 in a row, and usually those 3 or 4 are still broken up. Like
Across America, countless people can't access the health care they desperately need. At Remote Area Medical, we believe everyone deserves quality care. That's why we offer free dental, vision, and medical services at mobile pop-up clinics nationwide. Just compassionate care from volunteer professionals. Your tax-deductible donation makes these clinics possible, changing lives and creating healthier communities. Join us today in bringing essential health care to those in need at ramusa.org.
I said that you don't
Like,
train
I've-
5 in a row.
that's what I just said. I never train 5 in a row. Ever. But
Retweet.
I've
Not
gotten
4
stronger.
either.
Like doing, I think 3 or 4 days a week's plenty.
I will say that, like, I mean, granted, I'm working a shit ton of hours at work.
That's not for bodybuilding. That's for being strong.
Yeah.
Like, it's totally different.
Like, I work between 53 to, like, I mean, last week I had 67, but usually most weeks I'm between 53 and, like, 57 hours a week. And the days that I train 3 days a week, I feel stronger than the days I try to train 4. So, like, right now we're doing this, like, weird alternation of, like, 1 week is 4, 1 week is 3 to kind of see how that goes. But just given how much I'm having to work, right now 3 seems to be doing pretty good.
I have no idea.
Actually,
there's some
he's,
type of science.
he's doing the same cut we did.
Oh,
So
how's
he-
that going?
It's okay. I'm hungry a lot and I'm sleepy all the time. But other than that, it's great. Yeah, like I think I'm like 14 and a half now, 15.
How long have you been doing it?
Like 4 weeks.
Oh, nice.
That's a
Yeah.
good average.
I did really good. The first week I dropped like 9 pounds and it was like
Oh, wow.
nothing for a while.
2.5 a week's reasonable. 2.5 a week you can keep off. If you're,
I'm trying to keep up with Holland. He was dropping like 6 a week.
Yeah, that's
He's a genetic freak.
he trains harder than you.
He does.
He trains and you don't.
And he's also just genetically gifted.
I was just gonna say he was chunkier than you, so he falls off faster.
It was.
Yeah, that's
Thanks.
what our coach said. Just every week we'd meet with our coach every Sunday for opposing practice, and we'd come in and he'd go, "All right, Holland, how much did you lose?" And I'll be, like 6 or 7 pounds. Like, Caleb, about you? I was like, 2. He's like, "That's normal." I was like, "Yeah, but he lost 6."
Yeah, because he had more he had more body weight.
Yeah, he said, "Just so you know, Caleb, that's normal."
Yeah.
He's not.
Yeah.
Like, that does make me feel better.
Yeah.
I had to start training more than just on Thursdays though, and that was rough.
Look at this stupid tan line.
Nice.
Can't wait.
So it's even on your knee sleeve. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah,
So do y'all get pretty competitive between each other?
it's not fair.
That's what the people that don't ever win when they try to be competitive say. It's that it's not fair.
I've said it before.
She's better at for example, that Hoosersville today. I thought for sure she was going to beat me on it
I thought she was
because
going to.
I hate carrying anything for distance.
you do.
I don't like loading shit. I don't really like doing stuff for reps. Like, honestly, like,
So what do you like
So
doing?
do you like strength sports at all?
I don't even know why. I don't even know why I train. Honestly, it just keeps me occupied.
He was walking away, and I said, "Good shit, bro." He said, "Man, I hate anything for distance."
Yeah, like today when you said it was going to be 2 minutes for Atlas Stones, I'm like, what the fuck? What are you going to do for 2 minutes? Like, I was like, that's going to have to do at least 5 reps. Like,
My whole thought.
Dang it.
like I was
behind
just
the
really
2
glad that other guy only got 2 and I didn't have to do more. Like,
My whole thought process for the 2 minutes was
To
Get-
fight the grass tacky off your hands.
that.
Well, that and I figured it was going to take some people.
yeah, like I had
while
my
to
hands in a
figure out how
salad
to-
bowl by the time I got done.
You did. Yeah.
Like,
You even said, I've got the whole yard right here. I was like, you do. They don't have to mow anymore.
And we knew a bunch of the people weren't
going to use tag.
or they never lifted an
yeah.
Atlas stone.
Yeah, yeah.
We're like, it's going to take them a while to figure out the pick.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so
No, it's fine. I'm just
give
saying. Like, at that point, I'm like, God, that's
But no, I will say, like, he definitely keeps me humble in the gym. If I'm deadlifting or pressing or doing anything and I'm struggling with it, he will just stop what he's doing and then come over and usually kick it. If it's a deadlift and goes, and then picks it up and then looks at me and then drops it and goes, you need to try harder. Or he'll be like, get stronger. Or if I try to find 2.5s, he goes, just throw on 5. 2.5s aren't real. And I'm like,
they don't-
that's 10 pounds. He goes, it's just weight, just do better. And I'm like,
You have to make things simple. I mean, what's 50 pounds? It's just 225s. They're not even heavy. Like, go pick one up. They're not heavy. Just put it on there and like lift. It's only 50 more pounds.
or like how we don't have 95-pound dumbbells and they go from 90 to 100 and he tells me just to
They go
push
from
harder.
90 to 110. But
Oh, excuse me,
whatever,
110.
do the
And he wants to
110s.
know why I can't go to 110.
It's 20 pounds. It's
Yeah,
nothing.
on each hand.
It's a 5 in each. That's 2 5s on each side.
Yeah.
Nothing.
You see what I deal with?
Just do it.
He keeps me humble for sure.
Holland's.
I think we
training
would
with
do well
Holland- yeah.
training together.
I was like, training with Holland is very similar.
Yeah.
Only I think he might be a little less mean about it.
I'm not being mean. It's just
Well, I think
why
Caleb,
waste
Caleb may
energy?
be more sensitive.
direct.
Yeah.
I can't work out with a Holland without hitting some kind of PR because he does the same thing. Like, nah, you've got it. I'm like, well, if Holland says so.
Yeah. Or it's funny because whenever I'm deadlifting and I'm trying to pick like the next attempt or something, I'm like, how much do you think I can add? He's like, just add 245. So it
Yeah,
looks like
because
it
she'll
went
put on
good.
a 10 and a 5. Like, why? Just put a 25 on.
I will agree with that.
Well, no, because okay, let me tell you this. Because
There's too
Leifa
many
is so
plates.
difficult. Because like she
Extra
wants me to
shit,
stay
like, I
within
don't-
like a certain like RPE range, and she doesn't want me to
We have
grind
2 2.5s.
reps.
That's all
So
I
I have
will
like
allow.
restraints
Any
within
more
training,
2.5s.
and I want to make sure I follow those restraints. And he
Yeah.
doesn't
They just
have
came with
restraints.
the
Okay,
weights
so that
on.
makes
I
more
didn't go
sense.
out
If you're
and
just following a
actively buy one.
program, then that makes more sense.
Yeah, no, she fusses at me,
Well,
so I have
it's
to
like
stay
we'll
out of the fuss
We'll be
zone.
warming
Yeah.
up our
Completely agree.
Special Olympians.
And it's also like if it's new
And,
territory, I'm not trying to
I'm
like
trying to
go home with like
pick
an
and
RP.
warm up
I'm
weights,
trying to like
you
hit like a
They're
smooth
just
like
topping out
RP
like
9.
doing deadlift. They're just topping out at
But
325.
he just,
I'm
I'm trying.
I'm trying so
I would
hard.
start there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my favorite thing at work, people
And I'm like,
"Are you
let's
stronger
just-
than Thomas.
You know, and I'm like, let's just do 45 and then 45 and then 45. You know,
I just start, yeah, very.
I'm like,
and they're like,
what?
yeah, it's hard to do that.
Yeah.
What, train and follow program?
Yeah.
Well, that or like
They're unnecessary. Train by instinct, like an Indian.
like God intended
Yeah.
by instinct.
A wild man of the stone.
So those lithic eras.
There's a shirt, Wild Man of the Stones.
Yeah, with an arrow.
Isn't that a website? I think that's one of the stone lifting websites. It's like
Probably. That's old man.
Old Man of the Stones. That's it.
But we
I
do
want a
all
pair of
train
boxers that say
together.
the old man and the stones on the front.
Sometimes you just got to keep
Just
talking.
say the old
Get
man.
started.
Yeah.
the old man and
The old
stones.
man's Stones.
You sure you don't want to take him with you?
No, I don't.
I'd miss him.
He's very entertaining.
I can tell.
I'd miss him if you took him.
There's a physical touch.
My crickets are chirping.
No, but we do well when we train together. It's very rare that we train with the same program because I follow a program and he does not. But we're in the gym at the same time, and he might jump in sometimes, but then he just tells
Depends
me
on what
that's
she's
stupid.
doing. Like, well, I don't want to do waiters carries, or
We haven't done a waiter's carry.
I know because I don't want to do them. Or like that jerk recoveries. Why would I do that?
I'm not asking you to do that.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I don't do
What is that?
A jerk recovery?
Yeah.
So I push jerk.
Mm-hmm.
So you would set the log up in a rack, basically in your catch position, like fully extended, and then you stand up so that it works your overhead stabilizers and your stress for lockout. You holds.
That sounds awful.
It is. So I mean, I believe me. There's some of the shit that Latham makes me do that I absolutely can stand doing it, but I have to do it because it makes me better. Thomas is like,
Yeah, I mean, there's a purpose to it. There's not a
Yeah,
purpose
Thomas
for me
is like,
to
I'm
do
not doing that.
it. I'm not going to do it.
You know, like front
She
rack
doesn't
heel
write my
carries.
programming, so I don't have to do what she
Yeah,
says.
he might jump in here and there. Like there's stuff that we're doing for Iceland stuff, like stone training, and he's been jumping in a little bit, but then he'll jump in like on front rack yoke carries, and he's like, "This is stupid," and I'm like,
Well,
I know.
I can't bend my hands back that far.
I'm so jacked, I
And
can't bend my
I'm
back.
too jacked. I
I can't
can't.
just sit the yoke on my chest because
It
it
chokes
chokes the
me.
shit out of me. And so I just would rather not do either of those things.
I just do it and get choked at the same time.
I'll just carry
Checks
my
out.
back. Yeah, I'll go do
Yeah.
front squats. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. I was coaching my sister-in-law the other day, and I told her to do front squats.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "It's choking me." I was like, "It's supposed to."
Yep, it's literally supposed to sit right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been able to do whatever this is called.
Front rack.
Yeah, that thing.
Like whenever he does log, like it's literally just like here.
Yeah, it doesn't-
It's not
It's
here.
hard for me to sit it on my chest.
He just goes, and it's that fast.
Consistency is key to strength development, Hannah.
Yeah.
It's funny. though.
Explosive reps are careless.
It's funny though, because I'll look in the gym and he'll be benching and doing overhead press slow, and I'm like, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "Just one more." And I'm like, "That's the same speed as like your top set." He goes, or his triple extension when you jump. Try to get into push press. I wish you could see that. We might could demo it here later.
I'd rather not.
You jump?
No.
He was real proud of himself one time when he did that push press, and you got a little bit of.
Yeah, a little air.
I jumped one time, and my calves felt like they were going to explode.
Yeah.
Not because they're like
I've
muscular
just
or
gotten to
anything.
where I
It's just
can like triple extend well with bags and stones and stuff.
Well, Thomas will tell you if you did calves all the dams, it would fix everything.
You would. Calves make you jump higher. Facts.
Yeah, calves make
Remember
you
those
stronger.
stupid ass shoes when we were kids that you had to buy that had like
Jump
the weird-
soles.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
had to run around on your toes. Yeah,
Yeah.
See,
Among other
how much higher
things.
can you jump? Put them on. Find
16,
out.
16-week cycle. Let's go.
He's saving it all up for when he needs to jump. He's going to jump real high.
Stored energy.
Nice.
Solid.
okay, hold on though, because the other day he told me that he could still do the splits, and then he about got stuck on a bench. So
Thomas gonna want to see the splits.
maybe we can demo
Not the
that.
cool way.
Not the
Not
way.
the Van Damme way. Like not the cool way. Like the front to back way.
Honestly, either way is cool with me because I can't.
He's way limber. Yeah, no.
Holland's pretty flexible, so I hear.
That's the word.
Yeah, it's the word on the street.
I did win yoga.
It's one of the things we wrote down and buried.
Alex, Alan's daughter, she did the Van Damme lift at one of our meets, and so then she was practicing for it, and Alan goes, "Yeah, I can still do the splits." Like, well, let's see it, and he got 1 foot on each. It was literally like this, so he's like on 2 benches, just stuck like this.
You could hear his jungle bridge screaming for help.
Oh yeah, I've got the video and everything. Like you see him get in position and start coming down. He's
When he stood up, his gooch had 4 O's in it instead of 2.
He just says something funny. It's just
it's a superpower.
A very serious man.
Yeah. I don't know where to go from here. Oh, I guess we could do ads.
Yeah,
What
let's
a
do
honk.
ads. Catch him, Holland. No, 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 no,
Harder than it
no.
looks, isn't it?
Well, it was thrown to the hand with the mic in it.
Give me a bump of those bad boys.
excuses.
Yeah.
Let's let it rip.
And somebody warned me about how expensive these mics were.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Somebody's being a real Nancy.
yeah, I can
Yeah.
feel it.
It's exhilarating, isn't it? Is that don't knock it till you try. You know, every now and again, a man just needs to bump some mics. Woo! Don't put the lid on it. Oh, God, yeah, they did. Woo!
I highly recommend. I think it's on our Instagram. I'll show you after this too.
Woo!
The first time Dave tried,
I feel
those
alive.
sauce literally put him in the floor.
Oh, yeah. That was awesome.
The famous phrase from that was, "His hat didn't fit no more."
I'm
He's
pretty
able
sure
to
I had
come.
cranial swelling.
He goes, I'm a die. I'm a die.
He did the rest of the episode with his shirt off. He was balled up in his chair, shirt off.
Well, they say 12 inches, so I did what I tell my wife is 12 inches. I had my nose in it. And they like to
Checks
kill
out.
me. Yeah.
So,
I did a metric 12 inches.
yeah, Zone Smelling Salts. Go to zonesmellingsauce.com. Use code TIPP. This, I think, was the Frost version, which is that the one with the mint? So this is the
You couldn't tell.
Is your nose broke?
It is, but yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Why are they so much stronger since you took the label off? That makes no scientific sense whatsoever.
I was about to say, they've been outside.
They're making me a little warm.
I had enough for the day.
Hey, let's put some in the microwave, not in that container. You can't put metal in the microwave.
Right.
I've learned.
I've learned.
But maybe like a small crucible. You got a forge. Let's really heat them bad boys up. What do you think molten smelling salts will do to a man?
I don't know, Caleb.
Burn your nose hairs
I'm
off.
all right.
That's a good thing because I'm tired of trimming these things. I get a bush out of my nose. If I could tone
just
that back for a
molten
while,
ammonia salts.
yeah. I'm on to something. I think.
All right, scientific experiment number 1.
Yep.
I've done worse for less.
Actually, that's number 2. The first one was the epinephrine inhaler.
Oh, yeah, we need to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
EpiPen,
yeah.
DR.
I don't know. I'll pass out. I'm scared of needles.
Just look away.
It doesn't work. I'll still like when I go to the doctor. I do look away, and I get comfortable. They're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm going to faint, but I'll be okay."
Yeah, but with an EpiPen, there's no like needle. It's like just a.
I will still pass out. I'll be right back awake, like it's out and back up. But I
Well,
will.
yeah, if
I'm
it's
down.
epinephrine, you will be back.
Adrenaline's gonna wake you up.
That's the only thing that's kept me from getting my nose pierced. Is I'm like, I don't want to look like a wuss and pass out on the table.
So Dave is very all over the place, but there's a few things that it consistently comes up, and that's one is him getting his nose pierced.
Nose pierced.
Like Derrick Henry, I think it'd make me run faster.
That
Yeah.
he talks about that all the time, and then he also talks about being French all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
My
that's
23andMe updated, and I found out I'm French, and Caleb really hates it. He hates my diversity, and I'm over it, to be honest. I'm not going to take it anymore.
He told my boss the other day to hire him as a diversity hire because he found out he's French, black, and Neanderthal.
Yeah. So
Checks.
Yeah.
somebody's winning over here. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. I'm just a young black Frenchman trying to find my way in this world.
So nose ring. You want a bar or you want?
No, I just want like a little silver stud. I can't afford the big diamond cross like Derrick Henry has. So just a little silver something. Says I'm here to party, you know. Yeah, something casual, kind of classy. Something to go well with my slutty little shorts.
That's also what we've heard a lot about since he's been on the cut. Is he bought a bunch of slutty little shorts?
All right. Well,
I got some blue ones because I was hoping I'd look like Daniel Craig when he's walking out of the ocean in Casino Royale in his little slutty blue shorts.
He talked about it for a week after he bought them before they got here.
you literally said you have Neanderthal, so you will not look like Daniel Craig.
I mean, a man can dream.
So we did zone Hossware. Hossware.
2 S's.
None of us are wearing one.
Man. So none of us have a Hossware shirt on.
In other news,
I got a Hossware
no. No.
camera.
Yeah. I really wish you'd wore underwear.
Patreon only right there. No. Yeah, go to hossware.com. They got a bunch of t-shirts, hoodies, shorts, hats. They're kind of catered more towards the Strongman Highland Games crowd. They got sizes that go up to like 5X and stuff. So
Way.
go to hossware.com, check them out. Code TIPP with them also.
TIPP.
Yeah.
And Nutrifit.com if you need pre-workout, creatine, protein, vitamins. Go to Nutrifit.com. Use code CalebCDay at checkout.
Caleb SEADAY.
No, it is Caleb C. Day, CALEB CDAY. I've tried
Insert text below.
Yeah, I've tried to change it. Apparently, we are completely sold on that discount code. So
We did used to have a bit called Just a Tip, by the way. That is, yeah, it was Just a Tip with Dick Slimmons. We don't do that anymore.
we used to do a lot of strongman and history type thing, and we'd do a story on them. Well, we did one on Richard Simmons, which then, what was his gym called?
It was called Slimmons, but I started laughing. I was like, dude, Dick Slimmons, what a name.
Yeah, so therefore,
Yeah.
there's Dick Slimmons.
Is that merch?
Yeah, we do have a shirt, one, and he's got it. To the back says Just a Tip with Dick Slimmons.
Epic.
Yep.
Disappointed there's not more.
Holland's Dick Thickums.
That's your child.
He's y'all's. He adopted y'all already. He said so.
We work too much to have an adopted child at home.
Might be better for him then.
He does well by himself.
Oh, okay.
I make a mess. I kick it everywhere, though.
You're like, ha, clean
Invest in
floor.
a Roomba.
Leave a few juice boxes out, he'll be fine.
That's been
Capri
you in
Suns
my
give me
house?
heartburn.
I've been blaming Kevin. It was you.
Dude, don't worry about what I'll be doing.
Oh, yeah.
I have the freedom to move around because I'm not tied to a mic stand, so I'm going to get cozy.
You're still tied to a frame of camera.
Who?
That's what I'm saying. He's not
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
That's only because I don't want to be.
Whatever. Anyways, if you want merch, our own personal merch, if you want a hat like Holland's wearing or I'm wearing, or a shirt, we've got some other stuff on there. Go check it out. Go to Etsy. You can search the Iron Palace podcast. It'll take you straight there. Or you just search Daydream Designs. It'll also take you straight there. We
Code
have-
Caleb C. Day.
And also we have a link.
And
takes you to
all of
everything.
these links will be in the description if you can't remember it or if you try to spell Caleb C. Day wrong. Or just don't listen to Dave. You might be all right. I think that's it. Is that all of our stuff?
That's all our ads. It's the only people that'll advertise.
Mike, those underwear are about 2 sizes too small, buddy.
That's funny. You think he's wearing underwear?
If you need some nair if you don't have underwear on, dog.
Need to bleach that.
Looks like
pants.
Snuffleupagus without the trunk.
Snuffleupagus walking backwards.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to put this train back on the rails.
He derailed you pretty hard.
Yeah.
So what got your start in strict sports? I mean, bodybuilding's your I started in bodybuilding.
So I've been playing sports since I was 7. I started off with soccer, played all the way through high school. In high school, I did through the javelin, played softball a year, played basketball 2 years. Ended up getting a scholarship to play soccer in college. That only lasted 2 years. I blew my hip out twice, so I had to medically retire. I liked lifting, and it was funny because it's like when I think back of me in college lifting, rack 1 was the strong rack, and when we were benching, if you were benching 95 pounds, you were strong.
I feel the same way.
And I think there was only one girl on our team that could bench 135, so we all tried to get to 135, and I just liked it. But it is so funny to look back on that. I'm wow, 95 pounds. Anyway, so we still lifted and graduated college, and then I found powerlifting, competed in that for about a year and a half. Got bored. I hated the inconsistency of judging, and then I hated doing the same shit all the time. There was no change of scenery. There was no change of programming. It was just always the same. And then it's you go to one meet, judge is great about the bench command. Next time you go to another meet, you have to hold it for 7 seconds, or the judge changes, and then now it's just a touch and go. So I didn't like it. So I quit doing that. Then I did a bodybuilding show. Got 3rd in the open. Did not look the best because my coach totally messed up my peak. So that was not cool because you work. I did a 20-week prep, and I literally followed everything to a T. And 2 weeks out, I looked great for a first show, and then he completely misses my peak, and as Thomas says it, I looked as smooth as a glazed donut on stage. But I still got third in the open, so like for a first show, like it wasn't bad. But I didn't really enjoy it because I was hungry all the time and tired all the time. And I don't like, and also my sleep is like disrupted because you had to wake up early enough to get your morning cardio in. But you had to go to bed late enough to get your night cardio in, and you had to work and then do all these meals and shit. So I was always tired and I was always hungry, and like my strength went down. I didn't like that either. So after that, I just kept like bodybuilding, stopped training without the diet. And then I found Strongman in 2017. Found a coach through one of my powerlifters' friends' boyfriends. Had my first show in August of 2017. That was Alabama's Strongest Man. I won it. I went to nationals. I placed 9th. I qualified for Arnold's. I placed 2nd. Next year, I went to nationals. I placed 5th, I think it was. Then went to Arnold's. I placed 4th. Then jumped to open class. Went to nationals, won. Went to Arnold's, won. Got my pro card. Then I've been in the pro circuit since. Yeah. So it was really quick because like my first Arnold was like my 3rd contest ever, and I lost to first place by like 1.37 seconds or something.
Dang!
Wow. I re-grabbed the stone. It was stones of steel, and it was a 5 series stone load, and it was me and my friend Sonny. And if I were to beat her, I'd have won and got my pro card. And I literally was beating her all the way up to that last stone, and I've never touched 20-inch stones, and I never really touched stones of steel to that point except for at that contest. And I just got over there too quickly, and when I grabbed it, it went to rotate, so I had to hurry up and re-grab, and that re-grab was just too slow. So I lost, so I got 2nd, and it was funny because I was walking back in the hotel, and Donna Moore was like, "Hey, Hannah," and I was like, "Yeah," and she's like, "I heard this is your only 3rd contest ever," and I said, "It is," and she's like, "Don't stop." She's like, "You'll be with me one day," and I'm like, "All right," and then now like I beat Donna. So it's really cool. But me and Donna are really good friends. We just give each other a hard time. But it was a very quick, like, fast route. But it's been fun. I really enjoy it. I like the fact that things always change. The events change, the training changes. And the fact that I can eat and sleep, it makes me happy.
Yeah.
I like to be thick. I like to be like lean, thick, and strong versus like shredded and like strong.
Yeah. I completely agree with that.
Yeah. Now, like he likes to like suffer and like,
I haven't
be
been
shredded.
shredded.
I don't care about that.
I haven't been shredded
don't
yet,
really
so I don't know.
like that anymore, though.
I can looking back at that, I'm really glad we just did it. But I'm confident in saying I'm never doing it again.
Yeah.
I have no interest in going that route at all.
No, I'll never do one again.
I would like to do another one just because, but I don't know when that would be.
Who hurt you?
Just keep getting older, and
Well, now you have a job, you could do it.
yeah, but it's one of those things where like I know. Yeah, well, that was the thing too. Is like I had worked at the Hyundai assembly plant in Montgomery, so my schedule was much more manageable, even with shift rotation for bodybuilding type stuff. And then when I started at Nucor, I'm in the melt shop at the steel mill. It's not really conducive for getting a bodybuilding prep in, and so like it just wasn't realistic for me to try to do that shit and work. And then now it's been so long since I've done it, and it's like I know like how miserable I have to be, and that's part of it. And I accept that, but at the same time, it's like I know how uncomfortable I'm going to be, and I don't know if I really want to be.
Yeah.
Like if it's really worth it for me to do it again, and it just doesn't appeal to me like it did. So I don't know. This stuff's more fun. It's like I said, I can train for it, but I don't have to train hard for it. I can just kind of show up and wing it, and sometimes I win, sometimes I get my ass beat. I mean, it just depends on who shows up with me. It's still fun either way,
Yep.
And it still keeps me in shape. And that's one of the things I think a lot of people don't realize is like this is like practical for your day-to-day stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Not necessarily picking up like ridiculously heavy rocks, but still like just doing training like this and
Bending
doing
down, picking something up. I mean, you're always going to have to do that.
If you think about that, like your everyday life is like so much easier because it's regular. Like a bag of dog food's nothing. You know what I mean? Like sure, some people struggle with that. Like, and as you get older, like as I get older, like it's like I don't want to lose strength, but at the same time I need to do something that keeps me occupied. And like this stone lifting, like it's just like a puzzle. Like every stone's different, even if they weigh the same, they're different.
Oh yeah.
To me, that's like the most fun part about it.
My favorite part is just, which I haven't made it to lift any historic stones yet, but just the history that goes behind all of it, and then it's proven strength. Like you said, I think that's what CrossFit wanted to be. But
Well, and that's the thing too, is like if you go on like a real stone tour, like you don't get to warm up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I mean, you may throw some bands in your luggage or something, but like you get there,
There it is.
it's right there. It may be raining, whatever. Pick it up, put it down, get in the car, go to the next one.
Yeah.
And this one may be 300 pounds. This one's 400 pounds. You don't, you hope that you retain enough of that blood flow before you get to the next
Yeah.
one. Like
And sometimes, like depending where you're at, you might have some smaller stones to warm up with, but sometimes there's not.
like the Fiona, there's some laying around over there that you can kind of
Like
pick up
that
first,
one,
but-
the one that we had to trek 45 minutes. Oh, on the beach.
Oh, the Dripping Cave stone.
There's nothing to warm up there.
No. And you have to get in and get out before the tide comes in or you'll die.
Yeah.
And it's like
small
stones and pebbles.
and you have
And
to
then
climb over these things.
All these, like,
It took us 45 minutes to get there. I was exhausted, and I didn't get to pick it up because it was like 300 something damn pounds, and
Well,
it's
and
smooth as
it's-
glass because the water's over
as I
half the
say,
time.
it's under the water half the day, so it's slick.
Him and Luke picked it up, of course, and I'm just like,
There is a cave behind it,
which we all got in.
which we went up there and got in it. I mean, it's cool. But then when I talked to other people, like one guy, they took a boat. I was like, hell, that's a good idea. And then because we had to drive around for quite a while to find it, because even the directions that I got off of Old Man of the Stones, and then even the ones that were on the GPS point for it, it plotted the beach, but it didn't say where on the beach, and it was up at the top of the beach at the point. That was all the ones we've gone over there and done. That was the hardest one to get to, and I don't care
Thomas
if I
said
ever
we're
do it
never
again.
going back unless we take a boat.
It was really cool, but I
He's
don't
like,
care
well, what
if
happens
I
if I
ever
want
do
to
it
do it?
again.
And he's like, I'm not doing it.
Like I know some other guys that went through the woods and then climbed down the cliff to get to it. Yeah, it sounds terrible.
I was about to say, that sounds worse. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
We don't do a bunch of walking.
Yeah, I prefer stones I can just drive up to.
Those are the
Yeah.
best.
100%. I just did all my walking during that prep. I don't want to do no more.
Yeah, no, like we literally will drive up as close as we can, and then get out.
Yeah, I was shocked. We had the day stones at the Smoky Mountain Games this year, and there was a guy came walking by, and I wanted someone to pick those things without straps so bad, because right now I'm the only one to do it. And this dude
The
came
ones we picked up today.
No, those are called the small day stones. The full ones are 810.
Oh,
The midday stones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
midday.
And so we had the 810s there. There's a guy walking by with a North Carolina Strongest Man shirt. I was like, yeah, dude. And he was like as tall as me, big dude. I was like, this has got to be our guy. So he came in there, and for 30 minutes, I had to convince him to try them, because he's like, you don't have anything for me to warm up? I was like, no. Sorry.
yeah. This
You're
is
just
just how it
standing up
is.
with them. I mean,
Yeah, I was like, it's not, like, I'm not asking you to, like, full-on shoulder a stone from the ground. Like, you just grab these handles and stand up. But no, he finally tried them and didn't lift them.
There's problems with everything though. He didn't have anything to warm up. The salts weren't good.
Yeah,
He had a million reasons before he lifted them. He had a million reasons that he wasn't going to.
Yeah, we had the new root beer salts from Zone, like brand new. They were open like for 2 days, and he like had his nose in it, and we're like, "Your salts are bad." I was like, "Those are new. You're broken."
Your nose is broke.
Yeah,
He couldn't do it straps.
I was shocked.
Wow.
weak.
Wow.
I was like,
That's what I thought.
I was like,
What?
"Uh-uh."
On the ones I picked today?
Yeah.
No, the big
No.
Oh.
That's the smaller of the pair that he.
Yeah, he didn't get it.
Wow.
Yeah, I was shocked because
You should be like, you can't wear that shirt anymore.
yeah, like give it to me. Give it to me now.
We're going to go find a stronger man in North Carolina. We're going to get to the bottom of this.
Like, apparently, North Carolina's pretty weak. I don't know.
That's what I learned.
Across America, countless people can't access the health care they desperately need. At Remote Area Medical, we believe everyone deserves quality care. That's why we offer free dental, vision, and medical services at mobile pop-up clinics nationwide. Just compassionate care from volunteer professionals. Your tax-deductible donation makes these clinics possible, changing lives and creating healthier communities. Join us today in bringing essential health care to those in need at ramusa.org.
The big one is
Is that like the
454.
Alaska stones?
Yeah, they were 840 total.
I know I thought I had the heaviest ones. I was real excited, and it was almost exactly when y'all lifted the Denali stones that I'd got these. I was like, I'm gonna have the biggest ones, and y'all posted them. I went, God, I was this close.
Yeah.
I've got a pair at home that they fit together well. I just haven't had time to like put rings on them, and it's another one that's going to be kind of like those where I'm gonna have a platform to be able to get them off the ground. So I'm not tall enough, but they'd be 880 total.
880?
Yeah, they're
Holy.
That's another reason I haven't put them together yet, because when am I going to lift those? Like, that's going to be like a max effort one-time thing.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to be able to train with that shit. So
Yeah, that's
I'm not
like
touching those.
whenever I pulled those without straps, I did it one time, and I'm like, I've done it. I have a video.
Yeah. Well, because like the ones in Alaska, the Denali stones, I kind of like gave them some cues next time. The way their like carabiner was working, like they're very tall stones, and I think I've actually like because I tried to pick them without straps because I did them with straps. But I tried to pick them without, but when your thumb stretches, I mean, I was fully extended and the stone was turned, but it just wouldn't come off because there was too much length between the handle and then the ring that went.
yeah, they had like a 3-inch carabiner clip holding them on there.
Yeah,
Jesus
and I'm
Christ.
like, so either you need to like get something small.
3 inches. That's like that.
Yeah.
Platforms
Yep.
to stand on.
Yeah.
I was like, because like I'm pretty sure like I could have got it, but the way the carabiner was, I didn't have enough height. Because I mean they're big stones.
That's why Alan had brought the platforms that we had.
Yeah.
This is about the slabs. Because
Yeah.
Alex has picked the small day stones. It's 356. She's pulled it off the ground, but I mean that was like that far off the ground. And so we brought those today. But I mean, you saw she was gassed before she even tried it, and then getting her to quit is almost impossible.
Oh yeah, no, she's got a lot of fight.
It's the first competition we signed
She's
her
like
up
a
for.
miniature honey badger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first we had to talk her into a competition. We had no female sign up one time. And it was a USAWA. And what were we had a Denny lift, a Zercher lift, Apollon lift. Sorry. And but yeah, and so she signed up as the only female. So I was like, you're guaranteed first if you just sign up. So she did, and then she pulled. What would she pull on Denny's? 315. She pulled 315 on Denny's, and she had missed it like 3 or 4 times. The weights didn't even move, and we were like, all right, Alex, come on. She's like, no, I got time. I was like, yeah, you got time, but they're not even moving.
Yeah.
And then she somehow out of nowhere pulled it. Like it's freaking what just happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was cool too because she was the first. We did. It's a rising bar or whatever. So she was the first lifter, and she gutted out that last pull. Everybody went crazy. It kind of set a tone for the whole the whole competition went. I was like, man, that's a good start. Like,
Yeah, she killed it.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
That's awesome.
She just she went through the IAWA. I think that's the international body for the USAWA. But she was just going through, and she was like, "What's this lift? I want to try this record. What's this? I want to try." Because we were doing we did a record breaker day there, and you can pick 5 lifts to break. And I guess she broke every one she attempted, didn't she, Alan? That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, just don't let her stop. Just keep her at her.
She's trying to keep her to not get injured.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Alan competed in that competition too, and I was like, dude, you're going to have to break a record, or you're not going to be able to ride home back home with her.
Oh yeah, because we went to another one in Kentucky, and they have a vertical leg press, and she did was it 800 pounds.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and she pushed 800 something, which
Or
beat,
810.
Yeah, she beat Holland's record on it. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, straight up took his record,
Wow.
and so then Alan had to try it, and
Because how much does she weigh? Yeah.
She's little.
oh yeah, she's nuts.
Yeah, I have like 110 pounds on her.
Well, Alan can use her weight belt around his leg and has to use the biggest extension on it to close it around his leg.
It's like a BFR cuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's crazy. I don't see how she had room for her intestines and that.
Yeah, because I saw it all clipped up, and I was like, that couldn't fit over my leg. I was like, she's very strong.
We had another. He does powerlifting on here. Well, he does it. He lives with us. He goes to Heritage High School, and he's a strong guy. Has a bunch of state records and stuff like that in powerlifting. Yeah, came in second at nationals. But we were telling him that we had him on the podcast, and we called him the world's strongest teenager ? And we're like, the reason the question mark's there is because Alex beat you. And he was like, no, she didn't. And Alex was like, how many world records do you have?
I would say, well, you deadlift sumo, so technically none of yours count. Sorry.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Kyle is that kid's name. He's 160 pounds, and he deadlifts like 550.
Dang.
Sumo.
Yeah.
Nice.
You gotta throw the sumo part in there.
It is sumo, but it's still 550. It's pretty respectable for a 160-pound kid.
It is, but I just make sure I add that little
Yeah.
caveat.
Yeah. Well, it's like weird how they have that like I was telling you watching that other kid. I think his name's Cole, her boyfriend.
Yeah.
He's got that like dumb young strength.
Yeah, he's just
Like he has no reservations.
Yeah,
he
you've
has,
never been hurt before.
He ain't
so
never
you
been
don't-
hurt before.
You just
And I'm just
rip it.
like, God, I wish I could just be like that again.
Yeah.
You're like, hamstring's kind of cramping up. I've torn it 3 times. I'm gonna stop right now. Like,
Not a thought.
No.
yeah.
Yeah, if I wish, whenever I was that young, I wish I would have lifted like I do now.
Oh yeah.
That would have been really cool. But I was a lot smaller then.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Not a lot.
Not a whole lot.
Still a lot. At 18, I was this tall, but 198 pounds. So major victim weight.
Checks out. Checks out.
But I think it's a good time to start wrapping it up. Yeah. You have more of a following than we do, but either way, I mean,
I don't.
no, you still do. It's all right. But where can people
have a
find you if they
listener.
don't
We
already
follow you.
Yeah. If they don't already follow you, where can they find
so,
you?
I'm on Instagram as swampy_swamps. I have a little bit of a YouTube. I'm not really good about updating it. I need to get back on that. I just don't have time.
It's only been like 3 years.
It has not been 3 years. I did some cooking stuff on there.
People are on the edge
People
of
want
their
me to
seat.
people want me to get back cooking on YouTube, and I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but apparently it is. YouTube, mainly Instagram. I mean, I have a Facebook, but I don't really update it. Main Instagram, swampy_swamps.
You can find me through Hannah's Instagram.
All right, that'll work.
I do not have a YouTube.
If he did, he could probably not have to work if he actually was funny enough for it.
If I could find a way to have a YouTube and not work, I would have a YouTube. But
We just needed to do better about like the actual like editing and the cutting and the producing.
I would love to say I'd help you, but I'm not good at it.
Yeah,
So if you
it's hard.
Yeah, if you
It's
watch
time consuming.
Yeah, if you watch our stuff, you'll be like, oh yeah, he has no
just need to buy
idea.
a bunch
Yeah,
of
it's time
obscure
consuming.
exotic
Yeah.
animals
Like
and just post videos.
sit down and
on
edit a whole
Instagram.
video. Like it is very time
Cat
consuming.
videos do really well.
Oh yeah.
You know?
You can find Holland on Grindr.
All right, that's fantastic. We'll just go ahead and end this here. Tommy and Hannah, thanks for coming out. And thanks for lifting today. I hope y'all enjoyed it.
Have a good time.
My
Um,
back's gonna hurt on the way home. Right.
so we'll catch y'all on the next one.
Absolutely.